Sekiro is considered to be one of the hardest games ever made and the hardest Soulsborne game, so I decided to platinum it. Even though my only Souls experience is Elden Ring and Jedi Fallen Order, Sekiro's platinum is rated 7 out of 10 difficulty and is estimated to take around 60 hours on PSN profiles. Looking at the trophy list, we need to beat all the bosses, get all 4 endings, fully upgrade the prosthetic tool, fully upgrade the vitality and healing gourd, acquire all skills. All these are pretty simple, except for the last one, which I spent about 3 hours grinding for. So, without wasting any more time, let's get straight into it. Now, I'm an idiot, didn't realize that I could use cloud saves to get all endings in one playthrough. But anyway, the game introduces us to young Ishin at the start of the game, who kills some general. And then we meet Owl, who finds our character, Wolf, in the battlefield and decides to take him in and train him as a son. Now, we start the game as Wolf many years later, and we make our way to Lord Kuru to get our sword, which earns us our very first trophy. Then we get to this open field where we meet the game's main antagonist, Genichiro. After quickly getting humbled in a boss fight, we lose our arm and wake up with a new prosthetic one that this dude the sculpture gave us, which earns us a trophy. After attempting to beat this mini-boss, I get brutally defeated and killed, and then a cutscene plays, and I get the option to resurrect. Doing so gains me another trophy. After getting thrown off a cliff by an ogre a couple times... Oh my god! After making my way through Hiera Estate and fighting a couple more mini-bosses, I come up to the worst boss in the entire game, Lady Butterfly. She's so unfun. I hate everything about her. And she's just such a bad boss. But anyway, after beating the crap out of her and her beating the crap out of me a couple times, I finally beat her, getting my next trophy. Oh, come. After getting jump scared by this snake a couple of times, I make my way to the game's first major boss. My name is Kyobu Masataka Oniwa! After killing him, I got my next trophy, and the horse just kind of disappeared. Near Gyabu, I found a shop, which, when talking to it, gave me another trophy. After that, I ran into Genichiro again, and this fight is notorious for being pretty hard, but I actually didn't find it too bad. And after a few tries, I killed him, and he just got up and dipped.
I'll be back.
Then I got another trophy. After that, Lord Kuru told me to meet this dude Ishin Ashina, who is the little goat of Sekiro. He basically told me to get the Mortal Blade, which can be found in the mountains. So I worked my way through Sinapud Temple like Ishin told me to, when I ran into the coolest mini-boss in the game. He looks like he's out of Dark Souls. You can't deal damage to him, probably because Japan's never seen European armor before, so you just gotta knock him off the ledge. I also got one of the inner skills in the skill tree, which got me another trophy. After sneaking past the hardest boss in the game, yeah, no way I was dealing with that. So instead I found a bell, which when rang brought me to a different dimension with a boss fight against 4 monkeys. It's not really a boss fight, more of a puzzle. But after killing the 4 monkeys, I got a trophy and was brought to some temple with the Mortal Blade. Then I went to the Sunken Valley. Dude, this place sucks though. Like, the people here think they're from Fortnite, the way they keep pump-shotting me. But after getting owned in these Unreal lobbies, I fought the Guardian Ape. This guy was hard to beat. I spent so long trying to fight him. I actually quit the game for a while. But for 2026, my goal is to platinum all Soulsborne games. I already platinum Elden Ring, and now I'm doing Sekiro. So I came back to him, gave him everything I got, and I finally beat him. Or so I thought. Yeah, this dude just picked up his head and started fighting me. Headless, and I got owned for a while, But after more trying, I did eventually beat him, getting me another trophy. After doing all that, I found the giant snake again, and I jumped down and killed him, which got me another trophy. And it got me one of the materials I needed for one of the endings, being the return ending. Then I reached the hardest boss of the game. Also, there was another Guardian Ape fight, where you fight two of them this time. But it was like no big deal. I just cheesed them with firecrackers, and I used the Mortar Blade on the other Guardian Ape, which actually got me another trophy. And it got me the last ninjutsu technique, which got me another trophy. Then I reached my next boss, being the False Corrupted Monk. I made quick work of him with snap seeds and firecrackers, and behind him was some ancient-looking porta-john with a key that Kuru needed. I went back to where we fought Genichiro, and I found my father, Owl. Father, you're back. You're back with the milk. Now here you can choose to either fight Owl, which will give us one of 3 of the 4 endings, or we can obey him, which will let us do the other ending. I chose to fight him because it would let me do the harder final boss, and he was pretty difficult to fight Owl, but if you're just aggressive, he's not that bad, and I made pretty quick work of him, which got me another trophy. After that, I did a side quest with Emma, which lets me fight him again at Hiara Estate in his prime version, and he was definitely a lot harder. But after fighting him for a while, I did eventually beat him, getting me another trophy. Sadly, my recording for Fountainhead Palace got corrupted, and you missed the boss fight with the Corrupted Monk and Divine Dragon, so I don't have any recording for that. But after that, Ishin died, and Emma told me to fight Genichiro. But first, I came over here to fight the worst boss in the game, the Demon of Hatred. I know I said Lady Butterfly was the worst, but actually he is, because he's in the wrong game. Like, he's more like a Bloodborne boss than a Sekiro boss. But after playing him for a while, I did eventually beat him, getting me another trophy. I made my way over to where we originally fought Genichiro at the start of the game, and I found Lord Kuru, who was stabbed through the chest, and I fought Genichiro. He was, like, really easy. I actually destroyed him, but after beating him, Genichiro took his sword and chopped at his head, and out came the Sword Saint Ishin Ashina in his prime, returned from the dead, ready to fight. I grabbed my sword, ready to fight, when, yeah, he easily killed me. This dude is easily the hardest boss in the game, but he's definitely my favorite. But after multiple attempts and hours later, I finally bested the Sword Saint, and this might be my favorite boss ever. This dude is actually so good. I practiced him so much that I can easily first try Iteration. He's very good. Also, I got a trophy for beating him. Then I used save states to get all of the ending trophies at once, so now I just have to do that last ending trophy, which makes me not fight Owl. I also upgraded my prosthetic tool, Lapis Tool, which got me another trophy. Then I got all the gourd seeds, maximizing my heals, which got me another trophy. Then after beating all mini-bosses, I got another trophy. Then I finally upgraded my prosthetic tool, which got me another trophy. I sat here grinding these guys for hours upon hours on end. I must have killed these guys like 1,000 times each. But after all the endless grinding, I did finally upgrade all my skills, which got me another trophy. Then I went back to do the last ending, which has me fight Emma, actually. But she's pretty easy. She's not too bad to beat. But after I fought Emma, the literal goat himself, Ishin Ashina, came out to fight me, and he kind of screwed me up. But after fighting him for a while, I did actually eventually beat him, which got me another trophy for beating Ishin Ashina, a trophy for beating all bosses, and the last trophy for doing the Shura ending. And then I got the platinum. And I have to tell you, this has got to be one of my favorite games ever. This is definitely one of the best games I ever played. It's a huge achievement for me that I platinumed what many consider to be the hardest game ever. And after that, I have 5 Soulsborne games left to platinum. My next one is going to be Dark Souls 3. And make sure to like and subscribe and follow my channel for cool Sekiro stuff and more.